Yes, so we have done the obligatory parts. As I said, the obligatory parts are which are compulsory for the functions of the municipal corporation are public health and sanitation, electricity and water supply, education and sports, public works slash infrastructure, we can say roads, slum development, etc. Records of births and deaths. Miscellaneous functions are fire services and burial grounds. Burial grounds, they have to take care, they have to give a land for the burial grounds for the Muslims. You have to have a burning heart in that city where people are going to go and burn. You have to have a place for people to sit down. For Christians, you have to have a burial ground. You have to give them space, So these things are there. Fire department, they have to make sure that the fire department functions properly. If there's any hazards or any problem or any situation which creates due to fire. So that's it. That's obligatory. They have to do it. What are discretionary functions of the municipal corporation? Transport facilities, cultural activities, library, museums, drama, music, etc. They take care of these things also. Welfare activities, family planning, removing poverty. These are the things they have to work slowly. Optional. These are they have to work on it. Sports and recreation. Then you have urban forestry. What about the forest? They have to take care about the forest because you need the green, you need the ecosystem to run also. So that's that. And then we come to the municipal committee slash municipality, then slash the Nagar Palika. 20,000 to 3 lakhs is the composition. Municipal committee, then have an elected board or a council, then the chairman and the CEO or secretary. That's what I told you. So, the municipal committee, composition of the municipal committee, it has an elected board or council. It has members called councillors. These councillors are elected by registered voters within the municipal area. Right? I told you. Difference between municipal corporation and municipal committees. These are meant for big cities, municipal corporations. It is the head is called the mayor. It has more powers and sources of revenue. It deals with the state government directly. What are the municipal committees? These are meant for smaller cities. It has a head called a chairman or a president. It has less powers and sources of revenue. It deals with state government indirectly through district administration. It will deal through the DM. Okay, this is all about this, and we will get to this part. I'm going to just read few lines and I'll let you know. That's 213, right? So let's go to the page 213 if you are there. Most of you are not there, I know, but I have to do my job. Okay, so as I told you that there are these blocks or these functions and these parts in the local self-government areas, urban areas. So what are they? I told you. I talked about the Nagar Panchayat. The population living in urban areas has been steadily increasing. The number of towns and cities have also increased considerably. 1 out of every 4 Indians live in urban areas. The local self-government in areas is different from the local self-government in the rural towns, as I told you. Then we have the Nagar Panchayat. The Nagar Panchayat is set up for an area that is changing from a rural to urban type. This is called transitional area. Such an area does not qualify for the setting up of a municipality, but it is considered important enough to have a local self-governing body. This depends upon the population of the area, amount of revenue collected by the local administration, percentage of population engaged in non-agricultural activities, and economic importance of the area. Okay. Then the municipality, I gave you the thing. The municipality is called the municipal committee or a municipal council, is the local self-governing body in smaller towns and cities. The committee. Composition, I told you, all citizens in India who are 18 and above can vote in the municipal elections. The candidates who wish to contest the election must be 21 years of age and above. Clear? Then we have the municipal corporation. As in the case of smaller towns, large cities are divided into wards to elect members to local self-governing bodies. Here too the number of seats depend upon the size of the population. All citizens above 21 can vote. Composition, it has a Mahapaur or a mayor. Scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, aldermen, I gave you this information. The municipal commissioner, is the state government appoints this person, and or he sees the decisions made by the corporation is executed. That is what I told you. Functions, maintains. The municipalities and the municipal corporations have similar functions. They have both obligatory and optional functions. Some of them are listed below. Maintenance of public hygiene, that is to arrange for the collection of disposal of garbage which is not done properly. Public health, to build hospitals and dispensaries. To arrange vaccinations to protect people against diseases such as smallpox, cholera, tuberculosis, to prevent adulteration of food stuff. Food should not rot, which is sold, it has to be taken care of. But now they have to arrange for the vaccines for the COVID-19. So all that smallpox, cholera, tuberculosis is taken care of, but still we do get infected. Public convenience is to provide for vegetable markets, food grain markets and other consumer goods, to provide for the maintenance of public toilets and urinals, to provide fresh and clean drinking water and electricity, to ensure proper lighting of streets. Registering births and deaths, to maintain records of births and deaths and issue certificates for the same. To provide for and maintain graveyards, cremation grounds and electric crematoriums, as I told you. Electric crematoriums are where people are being put into electrocuted, instead of burning using wood, they're put into a fire chamber, electric chamber, where the fire burns and you get the ashes from that. Education, to build and maintain schools, public libraries, museums and zoos. Roads and bridges, to build and maintain roads and bridges within the city limits. Certain functions are optional, for example, providing and maintaining fire engines. Museums, parks and toilets are all optional functions for municipal bodies. Sources of income, what do they have as the sources of income? The municipal bodies needs funds for carrying out their duties. Taxes are collected from these sources. Goods coming into the city knows an octroi or terminal tax. Household land property tax. Business and occupation, tax on public lighting and hygiene facilities. Water tax on the amount of water used. Vehicle tax on motorized vehicles. Toll tax used for roads and bridges. Education tax for educational activities. Rent collected from buildings owned by urban local body. Fees for issuing birth and death certificates. Apart from the taxes collected, urban local bodies also receive annual grants from the state government. They also borrow funds for specific purposes, in the state government approves them. A state finance commission is appointed every 5 years to review the financial position of the urban local bodies. Besides looking into financial position of the states, it also gives suggestions to the state government about the measures need to strengthen the financial position of the local self-government. The urban local bodies may impose taxes authorized by the state legislature. Now, the municipal board is responsible for your garbage clearing, for collection and disposal of waste. In India, all the municipal corporations have adopted the practice of land filling of low-lying areas to dispose of solid waste. The waste is dumped on the land, depression, ditches, soaked ponds, or on the outskirts of the city in an unscientific manner. The above practice of disposal leads to air and water surface groundwater pollution. Foul smell and serious health problems occur. So some healthy tips: do not throw garbage carelessly. Always use dustbins that have lids. Ensure garbage is taken away regularly. Throw garbage only in iron bin trolleys or dustbins provided. Once treated, solid waste can be safely collected, transported and disposed of without creating health hazards for the public in general and workers in particular. The waste treated process has the following benefits. Foul smell from garbage is removed. Waste becomes free of flies, mosquitoes and germs. Waste treatment prevents production of methane and other fouling smell gases. Therefore, there are less chances of smoke, fire and explosion hazards at the dumping yards. Okay. So, there was one incident in Surat district planning committee, state election commission. You have to read these yourself, get to know the solid waste management, and do this for homework. Okay, so till then, take care and be good. I want the homework done. I'll put up the what homework you have to write, what you have to do. As I said it, that will be written and put up on the website. You have to follow that. Okay, so that later you don't say that, sir, you didn't tell us, we didn't see the video. So it will be done for you. Means I'll put up what you have to do for homework. Okay, bye bye, take care, God bless, and enjoy life.